everybody. Oh, that's all right. Got some people already chiming in. Sorry, we're working. That's okay. Amy, I'm still trying to figure out the best time to do our chat and go live because, everyone's got busy schedules. I understand that completely. You have things that have to be done and things that can't be moved around. So, like work, which is definitely more important than hanging out with me. So, gonna talk about some caregiving, and you can chime in with what you're thinking about right now, how you're doing, and what's going on with you and your situation, whether it's caregiving for a family member, spouse, kids, parents. There's 40 million of us out here, so let's support each other. And I wanted to talk about a PBS documentary that recently came out, and it is called Caregiving. It was produced by Brad Cooper, and he produced it 11 years after losing his dad in a long battle with cancer. And I related to his experience quite a bit. My dad had a 10-year battle with cancer and was in and out of hospice, and before passing away in 2004. So my mom cared for him, was his primary caregiver for over 10 years, and did it pretty much on her own at his request. He didn't want anybody else. He wanted my mom, which is understandable. If you know my mom, you would know why. We're a lot alike. So she did all of his caregiving. Welcome, Shannon's Little Ohio Life. Ohio. Awesome. Welcome, Shannon. Jesus Corella Morales. Hello, Jose, Emily. Hi. We're gonna talk a little bit about caregiving. My channel, All Things Pink and Possible, is about primarily about caregiving support. Can't support you financially, but I can definitely support you emotionally, because we're all caregivers, and there's 40 million of us out there. Hey, Danielle, welcome in. And Bradley Cooper just finished up a documentary on caregiving for PBS, and if you want to see it, it's at pbs.org, and it's just called Caregiving. And he talks about how most primary caregivers are family members, and as 40 million plus caregivers out there, parents, even kids caring for younger kids caring for grandparents, parents, another sibling. It's a big job. It's a huge job, and caregivers are doing what would cost over 600 billion American dollars a year. So if we tried to pay for all that care, it would amount to $600 billion. It's an astronomical amount of money. So yeah, it's amazing. Thank you, Danielle. I have had a good life. It's not all out here on the channel yet, but it's We have a great community here, and I really love hanging out. Roman, nice to meet you. And we've got, I've got some caregiving resources I want to point out. The Caregiving PBS documentary was is connected to a YouTube channel called Wellbeings, or you talk about how's your well-being? And this is a channel called Wellbeings, and it's primarily for caregivers. And if you're not a caregiver, you will be. You will be. You will be. So well-beings, I'm going to connect that to in the community posts, link up some videos there. And in the PBS caregiving documentary, they highlight 4 families. One is a man named Matthew, and he's taking care of his wife, 39-year-old wife who had a massive stroke during COVID. So Matthew, he couldn't get any help because COVID, right? I mean, we all know how it was trying to get to the doctor and just trying to function during COVID. And he had to help his wife with all these COVID restrictions in place. And so it was intense. Yeah, Danielle says, us kids should be happy we're still kids. Yeah, are you off on summer vacation, Danielle? And I was a teacher. I'm a retired middle school teacher. I taught middle school for 10 years, and I loved it. And now I get to help people on my channel. Roman Bear says, yeah, I am. So you're on summer vacation too. Cool. In Ohio, I know they start school a little bit earlier than we do here in the Carolinas. In the Carolinas, we don't typically start school till the end of August. And Ohio starts it early, like mid-August, or if not even earlier. So they have a different schedule than we do. And are you on like a year-round schedule, or are you on like a traditional summer schedule? So another PBS documentary is called Change, Not Charity. Change, Not Charity. And it's all about folks that are handicapped. And I'm on a walker. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see my unmade bed. But I'm on a pink rollator. And it was about how people are trying to make changes to the caregiving system and to ADA, which is called the Americans for Disabilities Act, and how they're trying to enact positive change without, they don't want our pity. We don't want your pity. We just want you to hear us out and help us and our families and our caregivers make changes, positive changes. And so it was all about that. And in the documentary on caregiving, they talked about ADA, the Americans with Disabilities Act, and all the changes that they've made to our buildings. If you go up a ramp, you can thank ADA for that. Handicap parking, ADA. So those changes came about in the 70s, right after the Vietnam War, because we had so many veterans coming back from the war injured. You had the VA established, and you had ADA, which was signed in by Reagan. They failed to mention that on the documentary. Reagan did sign ADA into law with the help of Johnny Erickson Tata. She pushed for that. And if you don't know who Johnny is, Joni, look her up. And she is a very compassionate voice for the handicapped. She's a quadriplegic, and she has been advocating for handicapped folks and families and caregivers for the last 50 years. She has done a tremendous job of doing that. Today I watched a video from Lisa Gibbons, ABC. She used to be part of Morning America. Sonnet, hello. Good to see you. I'm talking about some caregiving videos that I've been watching this week. I've been trying to do my homework. I've had several subscribers, Scully and Butter Roll Boutique. She's taking care of her daughter, Butter Roll Boutique, and Dorothea, I believe is her name, and Dorothea. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name, hun. Butter Roll Boutique, she takes care of her daughter who's in her 40s. So she's a parent caring for an adult child that needs a full-time caregiver. So there's a ton of us out there. And I'm so glad you came in, Sonnet. Sonnet has an amazing channel. So please check it out. I'm gonna be on here a long time today. I've got to wake up my son for work and he leaves for work. Let's see, it is 2:15 p.m. I'm in the Eastern Standard Time Zone, so it is 2:15 p.m. here. If you want to throw the time zone that you're in, or the time that you're in, into the chat. And we're all on the same quest, and we're just trying to help, whether we're trying to help our fur babies or trying to help our families. We've got we're on the same path. And Lisa Gibbons said something in her video. She's caring for her mother who has Alzheimer's, and Lisa Gibbons said that this is generational. It's been, her grandmother passed away from Alzheimer's and now her mother has it. And so Lisa is taking care of her mother. And she has been petitioning Congress. Ooh, you're almost, let's see, 9, 10, 11, 8:15 p.m. there. So yeah, evening. I'm glad it's not super late. Don't let me keep you up, Sonnet. Because I will. I'll just keep talking. Lisa said that we, whether it's in America or and I'm sure South Africa has this issue too, families are the face of healthcare. We are the human face of healthcare. With so many family caregivers out here. And there's a lot of great, there's hospice workers, there's LPNs, there's RNs, there's CNAs, and they're doing an amazing job. And they are the face of healthcare. And just wanted to leave everybody with a couple of verses. One is 1 Peter 5:7. This is my mother's favorite verse. My mom is 87 and she lives with my sister. And her favorite verse is 1 Peter 5:7, and it says, "Casting all your care on him because he cares for you." And then Isaiah 43. And it says, Isaiah 40 verse 3 says, "Those that wait on the Lord will renew their strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." I'll definitely be praying about you and your mom, sweetie. Definitely. It gets hard the older they get. My mom has, it's, my sister's has listened to my last few lives. I don't mean to laugh. I mean, I'm just trying to, it's a tightrope when it comes to family. And I want to give my mom her right to privacy. She has a right to privacy. But she lives with my sister. And so my sister is not only her primary caregiver, my sister helps her. She is her, in America, we have what's called a medical PO. It's like a designated person. And you designate a person with the state of healthcare in America. Oh God, we could talk about my goodness, we could talk about that for hours. But the state of healthcare in America is to the point where you have to have a designated person to even go to the doctor, especially if you're an elderly person. Now, I am not officially elderly. I'm still in my 50s, barely, barely. But when my mother goes to the doctor in Indiana, if she attempted to go by herself without a family member, they might not see her. They reserve the right to not even not even consult with her without a family member present. Now that's Indiana. Now it's different here in the Carolinas. In the Carolinas, there are people who don't have family members, or they don't have a designated caregiver. Now, for my mother-in-law, who happens to be in a facility, they could technically consult with her physician. Some of them, her primary is at the facility and can consult with her doctors. And she has given them permission to do that. But she also has me designated as her representative, her advocate. And so when she has an appointment, they like to have me there, because being designated as her advocate, I can speak with her doctors. They can discuss what their findings are. They can discuss treatment, where they wouldn't be able to do that with just anybody. But she's designated me in that position. So, yeah. And that's kind of where we're at when it comes to her treatment. I was at the nursing home yesterday speaking with her physical therapist, and her physical therapist has been working with her for several months, and made some recommendations on her care, which we're going to discuss when we have her next visit with her specialist. Let me put it that way. I don't want to outline exactly who the specialist is, but when we go to see her specialist this Friday, when we talk to him, we'll talk about her therapy. So, hey Scully Pop, great channel. Thanks for popping in. I wouldn't call it a show. It's more of a it's more of a talk about caregiving, and the documentary that I watched. I've watched it 3 times now, Scully, on caregiving. It's at pbs.org. And when you go to pbs.org, look for the documentary on caregiving. And that's what it's just called, Caregiving. But it is deep. It talks about the status of caregiving right now. Family caregivers, 40 million of us. And it talks about highlights 4 families that are caring for children, or caring for a parent, or caring for an adult child and a parent. Another woman who's caring for her spouse who is passing away from cancer. So I know everyone's busy, but if you get a chance to watch the PBS doc on caregiving, please do. And I'm going to link the channel that's going to be connected with it, which is called Wellbeings. And there's another documentary called Change, Not Charity. And it was the 70s. It's a documentary about the 1970s and how disabled people pushed for ADA, which is Americans with Disabilities Act, which was signed into law by Reagan. They don't mention that, but that's who signed it into law. Yoda, welcome in. Be sure and leave a comment on my community wall and make some great friends. Yeah, please check out each other's channels. Yoda, Scully's in here too. I would have gotten here at the beginning, but I, you know, I've got, I don't have a ton of permission to talk about. My son has been seeing a person about his, some of his digestive issues. And, we were talking about that the other day. I'm switching gears on you now. We were talking about that the other day. Is it something in the environment? Is it something in our food? Is it is it something in the environment? What is it? Is it just as we get older, we build you can build allergies and intolerances to certain foods or certain things in the environment. Things that you weren't allergic to when you were younger, you can develop allergies. And is that it? No idea. So I know, for the life of me, I know. And it's like a Rubik's cube, and you just keep turning. And caregiving. We're um, being a caregiver in America is with the medical system and everything is challenging. And it feels like you're constantly playing with this huge Rubik's cube, and you're trying to turn it, and you turn it one way, and then you flip it around and you turn it another, and it's like trying to solve a huge Rubik's cube. So Yoda says, hello, Sonnet. Sonnet has a great channel, South Africa, and she is she is saving some sweet creatures down there. Yeah, it really is. It really is. It's a puzzle. And sometimes it feels like you're trying to move a huge pile of sand, like a huge pile, like a sand dune, and you're moving it with a spoon. Yeah, I'm telling you what. And you know what it's like when you're when you're dealing with sand. It just keeps shifting on you. Thank you. I appreciate y'all saying hi to each other in the chat. That's awesome. Oh, I got to make a short on this, but I talked to one of my mother-in-law's doctors, and I was expressing politely, nicely, I was expressing my frustration with her situation. And it's not his fault. It's nobody's fault. It may be just where she's at physically and some of the challenges that she's looking at right now. But I said to him, this is frustrating. Why can't we, whether the outcome is good or whether the outcome is bad, can you tell us anything? Can you, you don't mean to be, like, tell me something. If it's good, tell me. If it's bad, tell me. I'm just that type of person. It's like, tell me, just tell me straight. What are we looking at? And they don't know yet. And he, very compassionate. I mean, he looked at me and he said, your situation, yeah, Nitro, it's good to see you, hun. Scully, hi, all in chat. Scully says, it's so hard. You take care of yourself your whole life and then you get disabled. Absolutely. Yeah, that's the not fun part about the disability club. We're all going to be members at some point, and it sucks. But this doctor looked at me, he kind of locked eyes with me, and he said, your situation is not unique, but it's unique to you. And I thought, wow, it's so right. It's unique to you. You are the one that gets up dealing with it, thinking about it every morning when you wake up. You're the one who's trying to figure it out. You're the one who's trying to navigate the medical system. It's just, um, yeah, you're the one who's dealing with it. So it's not unique, but it's definitely unique to you. For sure. For sure. Uh, oh, wow. Nitro's Farm says, I worked in long-term care for a decade. I taught middle school for a decade, and I can't imagine going back and doing it. I'm going to moderate you, my dear. One of these days, I'm going to put one of you as like a main moderator. Then you'll be on my channel doing all sorts of crazy stuff, like when Scully gets on Izzy's channel and starts typing stuff. Scully says, when I got sick, it's really hard on my spouse. Yes, because she has to deal with me and my autistic son. I'm so sorry. Yeah. It's too much for her. She lashes out at me when I'm at my worst. I'm sorry. Yeah, at one, and I don't want to get on here and be like, oh, this and that and this happened. But life has a way of Scully, you haven't, life has a way of cascading. It's like the domino effect. At one point, my son has given me permission to talk about this a little bit. My son had a chest surgery, and he was just just out of high school, just out of his junior year in high school, and he had to have a major surgery. His dad had to have back surgery, and that the same year, and at Halloween, I fell and broke my hip. And then we had my mother-in-law. So when they came to take care of my mother-in-law, my husband was in a hospital bed in the dining room, in our dining room. And I was on a walker. I was just coming out of a wheelchair to a walker. I had broken my hip. And then my mother-in-law and then our son had surgery. And I don't mean to, it wasn't funny. It was not funny. Okay. But it was just, it was crazy. It was completely crazy. The in-home care people were like, what is going on? I mean, they were looking around. They're like entered. They felt like they came into our house, but they felt like they walked into a clinic or their sick bay, Star Trek with a sick bay. It's like, oh my, it's like everybody, what is going on? We got four people here that are dealing with all this craziness. Dagmar, hi. Scully, yeah, I know you try to be patient. Sonnet says, hi, hey, Dagmar. Yeah, that we had, and isn't that the way life works though? Everything all at once, right? It all happens at the same time. God really worked through it. But let me tell you, my surgery, between the major surgery for my son and the major surgery for my husband, by the time they got to me, we met our deductible. Yeah, little consolation there, but yeah, that's where we were at. So it was trying to and having basically my mom and my sister do an intervention with me and my mother-in-law's caregivers, because the nurse that came in to take care of everybody sat down with me and said, you can't do this anymore. It's not safe. What happens, what if she falls? If she falls, or you're trying to help your husband and he fall, and he's like, you're going to go down too. So it's just going to be a mess. So yeah, I've been through, what do they say? I'm not the miller's daughter, but I've been through the mill. So it's okay. That's all right. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? Okay. So, is Katie in here? Katie, hello. I'm gonna moderate you. This is an amazing channel. Wheels Chair Girl is a great channel. Please go to Wheels Chair Girl and check out her channel. And she's got some great accessibility content. And she is she's right there along with, she's in the UK, but she's right there along with the rest of us trying to navigate a disability, if you don't mind me saying. So, but it's in the name of your channel. So Dagmar says, LOL, I think it actually does make you stronger. Not the easiest way, but it did for me. That's what I told my son. Is God's not mad at you. He's not trying to punish you. He's trying to make you stronger. And at the time, it probably it's so hard. It's so hard. Somebody's suffering and you come alongside them, and you don't want to be trite. You don't want to just throw platitudes at people, because they're going through they're carrying burdens, and they're going through a dark time. But I think as a person who's dealt with a disability most of my life, I could say, I understand. Sonnet says it's just hard. Dagmar says, oh, cool. Wheels Chair Girl. Nice to meet you. I live in Belgium. Good to be thinking ahead, Scully. Yeah, KT, please check out all the channels on here, because you'll love them. All good channels in here. Scully Pop and Dagmar and Sonnet. Scully lived in Holland for 3 years and understands Flemish a little bit. Oh, now you're in trouble. I know, probably know just enough to get yourself in serious trouble, right? That's me with Spanish. I understand just enough to get myself in serious, serious trouble. Yeah. Same thing with sign language. I know a little bit of sign language. So, exactly. And Scully's got some books, and he's got a great channel to relax with. A lot of good reading on that channel. And I got to get my act together with poetry. My sister right now is begging me. Scully, my sister is begging me right now, begging me to start a separate channel where I just read poetry and I'm like, I can barely keep up with one channel. I don't think I can keep up with 2. Don't think I can do that. Broth is a good thing to have around. You have something. Oh, okay, I'm missing something here. My flute lecture is from Holland. Okay. Sonnet, I'm sorry, who became bedridden 18 months ago? Kate C says, I will do, yes, it's fine. I'm off in morning visiting a big waterfall and to see how accessible it is, but it won't be up till Sunday. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that, and I'll share that out. Dagmar, cool, Scully Pop. I'm from the Dutch part of Belgium. Yes, one channel is a lot. I can't imagine 2. Yeah, Nitros, I agree. Oh, you're old flute lecturer. Okay. Okay. Dagmar, I lived in, please excuse me, Terneuzen, right across the border. Were you just traveling in Holland, Scully? Or were you on assignment? You don't have to tell us. We don't want you to have to kill us. That's a joke. We say that in my family, we say that all the time. I can't tell you. That's a secret. I can't tell you. I'd have to kill you. See what was under pretty good. I knew somebody there, but I that I had met in America and moved it. Okay, gotcha. You have to, and every country is a little different. Do you have to have a, I mean, you can get you can get a visa to travel or study or work for a while, but if you're going to live there, you normally have to have sponsorship and all that fun stuff. Sonnet. So I go there every Thursday morning and take his wife to the shop on a stroller, on a walker. So my sister just commented. I don't know if she's in the chat. Hello. Ghent. Now it's spelled Gent, but it's Ghent, right? I love, and it's so fun there. I've been there many times. Yes. Sorry. No worries. No worries. It's all good. I have to remember to put my notifications on silent when I come into my life, because I distract too. I distract way too easily. Way too easily. But I'm so glad you guys are getting to know each other and talking in the chat. It's awesome. Yeah, it really is so. My sister just called me. Did you hear my phone go off? It's not going to help when your sister is. It's very true. Wait till my brother comes in the chat. Oh, it's going to be a riot. It's going to be a scream. If my brother ever comes in this chat, he's going to tear it up. It's going to get crazy. I have all my notification on silent other time. Yeah, I do it at night before I go to sleep. I don't turn my phone off, but I put it on do not disturb and turn it face down. Or no, I wouldn't get any sleep. Didn't hear my phone. I have to call my sister here in a bit because she's trying to call me. So, and since she takes care of my mom, yeah, can't ignore that kind of. So I'll probably be on here for a couple more minutes and wrap it up. Yeah. Nitros Farm says mine. Yep, mine goes on silent and goes face down too. Yeah, you have to. You have to. And I can't turn it off because I've just got, with my mother-in-law in a facility and my mom and sister living out of state. If they call me, I want to get the call. So, yeah, emergencies, exactly, Sonnet, exactly. I have my family set up to it will ring through even if it's like 3 a.m. It'll the call you never want to get, right? It'll come through. I have them set to ring through, and I have the nursing home set to ring through if they call me at night. It's fun. Dagmar, yeah, you don't want to miss phone calls if something goes wrong somewhere. I know, not that we can do anything about it, right? But you still want to know. Scully, I think I just ever did because I'm trying to get, yeah. I'm sure you've had tons of advice, probably unwanted advice about how to take care of yourself, how to eat, what don't to eat, what not to eat, right? Don't eat meat and don't eat wheat and don't eat, pretty soon it's like, well, okay, what can I eat? Or eat more protein, or don't eat but eat more protein, but don't eat animal protein. And I was like, okay. So, yeah, I got a couple of sons that need to gain weight too. Pink, tell me one thing you did with nurses may improve to make you as a loved one if they're patient. I'm sorry, let me read that again. Tell me one thing you wish nurses may improve. Oh, hun. Oh, God. My mother-in-law's had such great care. One of her nurses has been at this same facility for over 21 years. And she comes in every day, and she's a saint. The woman is a saint. I'm telling you. I could not do what they do on a daily basis. Man, that's a tough question. What is one thing nurses can do to... Man, I would say just keeping lines of communication open. Just keeping lines of communication open with the residents or patients and their families. Yeah. I'm sorry about your stomach, Sonnet. We were talking about that earlier in the live. It's like, what's going on with the GI issues? Is it the water? Is it our food? Is it our environment? And what is going on? Is it just we're more stressed? Is it stress? Is it a combination of all these things? Small meals every few hours and protein powder in between. So that Scully, that commercial about dry scooping, that's not, I guess that's a thing with the protein powder, because I thought that was like a joke, but I guess it isn't. Or you won't gain a pound. Wow. Yeah. Something. I know stress can trigger a lot. It really can. Like Trish said, that must be so hard, Scully. Yeah. Dry skipping. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. There are people. My sons tried it for a while, but they did it out of sheer laziness. They get the protein. They get the canister of protein powder, and you just open it up, and you take a scoop, and you just and you eat it dry. I would gag. I would gag. I couldn't do it. It's like, what? My son tried it once, and he was like, "No, Mom, I can't do it. I can't do it." It's like, dude, please. And that protein powder can go bad. I figured it out. I figured that out the hard way, not because we ate it, because my son had part of a protein powder jar, and he put it in the back of the cabinet, and it went bad. And we couldn't figure out. There was this smell was just like, what? Have you ever has it ever happened to you? And I promise, my house is generally clean, and they help me. I've got three. It's four adults here, and we all try to do our part. But it was just this. It's where you're checking the garbage can, and you're checking the fridge, and you're checking the pantry, and I didn't check where he kept all of his protein powders until the smell was so intense that I finally tracked it down. Yes, it goes bad. It goes really bad. So medicine can definitely mess your body up as well, Dagmar. Yeah, you're right. Scully, I woke up early, nauseous to Izzy, but I think I'm coming around. I just ate too much yesterday. Hi, Izzy. Izzy Pop. I need when it you guys put in if you're doing a live today, tomorrow, your next live, go ahead and put it in here. I don't mind at all. Go ahead and throw that in there so everybody in the chat can catch your next live. Today's Wednesday, so thank you all for coming in. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna have to. I will have to wrap it up in a few minutes because I got to go wake up my son for work, and he works. He works at a bakery, and thank God he's not allergic to gluten, or because it's a commercial bakery. They bake bread for they bake artisan bread for grocery stores. So that's what he loves it. Bakes bread all day. So Nitro's Farm. I actually had no idea it would be better old stuff. I didn't catch that one. Left work early. You guys are going so fast, I can barely keep up with the chat now. Yeah, that's all. He does enjoy it. He would love to have his own bakery one day, but I think restaurant, any kind of food service work is tough. The competition is tough. Scully Pop, I think it's important you and your family members always keep your phones at hand just in case you end up falling when you. Yeah. The newest iPhones have fall detection, actually. So, but if you drop it, it's going to do the same thing. So be careful dropping your phone, because the newer phones, they'll be, your whole family will be calling you. Did you fall down? Are you okay? Izzy says, yeah, lucky me. Uh-oh. I've never done a live. I'd be too nervous. Wheels Chair Girl says, I've never done a live. I'd be too nervous. Plus, doesn't it attract trolls? I used to teach middle school, so trolls don't scare me one bit. I've had a couple, and I either ignore them or I just kind of laugh them off. They're generally kids on vacation, or kids who should probably be in school. So one time I had someone say something about my appearance and my handicap, and I said, dude, I used to teach middle school. You're gonna have to work harder than that. Yeah, you're gonna have to come up with way better than that. I'm way too thick-skinned. Oh yikes! I drop my phone every day. Nitro says, Wheels, you can have mods and they will block trolls. Yeah, and I've now as a standard monitor. Now you guys are standard moderators. Does that mean you can block trolls, or does that have to be the higher? Does that have to be someone higher up? I have no idea. None. Oh, okay, but I wouldn't know how to do that. It's easy to do, KT. If I can do it, you can do it. No problem. Oh, we can block. See, y'all can block. Y'all are troll slayers, Scully says. Izzy is a troll slayer. Awesome. Good to know. Because y'all are going to have to do it. I don't even know how to do it. So, yes, everyone with a standard wrench can block someone without a wrench. Okay. That's just fun. Yahoo, Izzy. And this is probably why I don't have trolls, because I have all of you, like, got all you as my bodyguards on my channel, so I can block Scully. Izzy's gonna block you, Scully. She's gonna put you in timeout. Yeah, we were Izzy earlier. Scully and I were talking about, with me moderating him, talking about him typing. My siblings, my sister is talking about coming on one of my lives. If I made her a main moderator, oh my God, I don't know what she would type into this. I don't know what she would type into this chat. My sister and my brother, they would be like typing as me. So might try it sometime. I will be there. Yeah, that would be awesome. You should try it, KT. My first couple of times doing live, I was petrified. I was sick. I was so nervous. I was just like, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it through this live, but do a couple and you're fine. It would be all right. And people just show up because you're you. They just show up to hang out and talk with each other, and that's it. Okay, no, now Izzy's schooling me here. No, they can only type as you as StreamYard. Okay, I don't have StreamYard. I don't see myself ever having StreamYard because it's expensive. It's ridiculous. Dagmar says true. Okay, so nobody, only you can type as you then, I guess. So good to know. Yeah. I'm looking at my Garmin here, keeping track of the time, because like I said, I got to go wake up my baker. Or he'll be late for work and he don't want to be late. Sometimes I use the free StreamYard. I haven't tried it yet. Now I've been on channels where they use it. And Izzy Pop and Scully Pop has some great channels. So, and all you do, I do too. Dagmar, please check out her channel. So But you have limited features and hours, I'll bet. I blow through those hours in no time flat, probably. And I know there's like Scotty Butters is a singer, and he sings and he's live, and he goes 10 hours at 9, 8, 9, 10 hours at a stretch. So he'd blow through those hours, and he'd have no Scully puts me a timeout and so I have to behave. Yeah. I don't know what that suit is all about. I'm gonna have to email y'all on that, because I was like, sounds familiar, but Nitros, I did have an issue where my managing mods could not comment on my channel, a YouTube glitch. So now I don't have any managing mods. I don't go live much. Oh yes, you said so. Yeah, you said it. I know. And the internet is for the nice thing about your lives, though, you don't have to publish them. So KT, if you decide to do a live and you just say, no, I can't publish this, you can, that's an option. They do give you the option, but keep in mind that as you are live, as you are talking, it is going out there, obviously. But when the live is finished, it goes into this little holding area, and then you decide whether you want to publish it and put it on your channel. And you can say, yeah. And I've had to delete a couple of lives just because of technical glitches and stuff like that. So, Scully Pop, watch Pulp Fiction and you will know what the gimp suit is. Okay. You know what? I've only seen like tiny little clips of Pulp Fiction. You know, the main ones where they get broadcast over and over again. And I need to watch it. So, because we're all adults here. So. Yep. Pulp Fiction is such a good movie. I do need to watch it. I have, do I even have my iPad in here? Do I have my iPad in here? No, I don't think I do. I can watch it on my iPad. As I say, is a form-fitting garment designed to cover the body completely for role-playing purposes. Oof, I couldn't do that. But I'm too old for that mess. I'm not that old, but I'm too old for that mess. So, me neither. Yeah, exactly. Whew. I was at the gym yesterday, and yeah, I was going slow. On that seated elliptical. I was not making a ton of progress, but hey, I'm moving. Oh. Y'all. Izzy Pop, been waiting on work to do for Sunday. Unless Scully's gonna do it by himself, I don't know. Well, I know you guys have used. Do you use the same? I guess I'm assuming you guys use the same AI platform for the thumbnails and the overlays and stuff. And we could probably talk about that all day, but I'd be interested in that. Norma Raymond. Hello, Norma and Raymond. Welcome in. Oh no, we don't. Okay. A highly guarded secret. Pink's like, those were the days. Yeah. Well, I will have to. I do have some photos in the queue, and when I eventually put together the whole here's my background type things. Need to get to writing. Yes, you need to get to writing. Like you haven't been writing already. I know you've got some work that you're doing for people, and sorry, so don't let us put a bunch of pressure on you, Scully. Glad you're feeling better, Scully. Yep. Izzy, I was going to ask you, did you get a lot of water where you're at from Chantal. We got plenty of rain. Did you get a lot of rain up there? Izzy Pop is north of me. Yeah, we all need to get better sleep. It's bad out right now. Are you near, I mean, Virginia, we both live on coastal states, and you know, some of these intercoastal waterways and inlets and stuff, man, is it still storming? Is it still storming there now? Storming all day, rolling thunder. Ugh. Good luck trying to sleep with that going on. Roanoke in the mountains. Oh, man, I know it's beautiful there. The weather is nice in South Mississippi. Nice and hot. We're hot. It's like 90 here, you know. The weather people are always squawking about the feels like temperatures. Feels like 104. Weather is nice. Yeah, 90 degrees here. You're used to it. You're used to it, Scully. You around it all the time. I grew up north, but still, it's muggy outside. Yeah. Yeah, it feels so wet sometimes. It's like, can't breathe. You know, like cold weather. 88 here, Izzy says. Let me see what it is here on my handy dandy. Yeah, our temperature is about the same. 88, 89. Today is finally cool. Cool in Canada. I love Canada. I took my, a long time ago, took my senior trip in Toronto, and I loved it. I would go back to Toronto in a heartbeat to visit, not to live, but to visit. I would go back to Canada any day of the week. Here in Southern Europe, it's too warm with fires around the Mediterranean. Okay. KT says, see you Sunday. It's evening over there. It's getting late. So she is subbing to everybody's channel. Apologies if she's missed anybody. Scully Pop, I was very close to taking a Zofran. I know what that is. My son has had to take that more than once. After his chest surgery, he had to take Zofran quite a bit. Izzy knows how I feel about it. Yeah. I'm glad you did. Yeah, it's one of those medications. I've been on, what is it, gabapentin in the past, and I don't take it unless I'm just in so much pain I can barely walk. That's the only time I take it. Simon in Canada. Thank you, Canada. Nice. I'm about an hour and a half from Toronto. We only like the big city for visiting. Yeah. Casa Loma, they have like this castle outside of Toronto that we went to, and they had a bowling alley in the basement. I remember that. KT says it's going to pass 36. That's hot up there. I'm hibernating. Yeah. See you later. Yeah. Thank you, Wheels Chair Girl. Thank you, KT. You have a good evening. Thanks for coming in. And I'm gonna wrap it up here because it's 3 p.m. here, and I need to wake up my son for work, everybody, so he's not late. Same here. Wheelchair Girl, stay cool. It's very good. Canada open their borders if we want to move there. Oh, well, not gonna work for you, Scully. It's too cold. Sonnet says, good night, everybody. It is South Africa. It's bedtime over there for sure. So hopefully it'll never come to that. Yeah. Hopefully. It'll be, you know, I was thinking, and I don't want to get into politics on the channel, but, you know, it's like this terrible storm, Chantal, and the waters, the flooding in Texas and New Mexico. But then we had Helene under the previous administration. Every administration is dealing with the issues of flooding and weather, and, you know, one place has wildfires and one place has floods, and I don't think you can move anywhere now. We're not dealing with something. Between healthcare and the State of the Union, we find ourselves in a most precarious situation. Yeah. Yep. But we'll be all right. We've survived this long, and we'll keep surviving with God's help for sure. Well, all right, you guys. Thank you for coming to the live. The most exciting live of the week. Not, but appreciate you coming anyway. So, you are welcome. Thanks, Scully Pop, Izzy Pop, Nitros. Hope you get the chance to subscribe to each other's channels. And thanks for jumping in, and I will be jumping in. You are welcome. I am more than happy to host. I'm really thankful for everybody. Thanks for coming to my live today, and I hope you guys have a amazing rest of your day. And y'all take care. We'll talk again soon.